Hello everyone, my name is Sanjay Parashar. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will learn how to create and use JavaScript libraries in Oracle Integration Cloud. Sometimes, while implementing business logic, you may need functionality that is not available out of the box in OIC. In such cases, OIC allows you to create user-defined JavaScript functions, package them as libraries, and then use them in your integration. JavaScript libraries are very useful when you need a custom function or logic that can be used in multiple integrations. Once imported, these JavaScript functions can be used as user-defined functions in expression builders, be it a map action, assign, or data stitch action, or by using JavaScript action inside an integration flow. A few important points to understand about JavaScript library. One, you can define multiple functions in a single JavaScript file, and Oracle integration allows you to import JavaScript libraries in the form of .js, .zip, or .jar files. And once imported, these libraries becomes available across all your integrations. However, there are specific code format rules that must be followed for JavaScript functions to work correctly in OIC. For those rules, Oracle provides official documentation. So let's see what that documentation looks like. So as you can see here, we have used JavaScript libraries in integrations. I will put this link in the description if you guys want to review it. And if we come and import a library section, if we come to this section, we can see it takes .zip, .jar, .js as function. You can use it inside a project or also in individual integrations. And there are some coding format that you must use. So for example, this function from JavaScript syntax, it is absolutely fine. But when you want to use this as a library or as a custom function in OIC, you must create like a return variable, a return parameter, and use that to return it. It's something similar to what we have in SOA as Java embedding activity. So you have to define a parameter and return that parameter in order to use that in your integration. And there are multiple code syntaxes and ready to go codes are available in this documentation. For example, here within one function, we are calling a different function, and there are some extensions as you can see here for base 64 encode, decode. You can just copy this, paste it into a JavaScript file, and use it in your OIC integration by importing as a JavaScript library. So in today's demo, we will import a JavaScript file that contains four simple functions: sum, subtract, multiply, and divide, like a calculator. As you can see on your screen, the JavaScript file looks like this. So it has four functions, both take two numbers and send a result or return a result. And then we will create a REST-based integration that accepts these input values, and then we call JavaScript functions to return the calculated result in the response. This will clearly demonstrate how to import a JavaScript library, how to reference JavaScript functions inside an integration using the expression builder or using the JavaScript action, and how JavaScript logic can be reused within OIC flows. So now let's jump into today's demo. So once you are under design, you can see there is an option called libraries, and currently I don't have any library here. For that, you can click on this import, and as you can see, zip, jar, or JS file, I can either drag and drop, or I can just click, and I have added this fs.js file. Here I can rename it, let's say calculator functions, and I will click on import. And once you click on import, it will kind of give you how all the functions that are available in your uh, .js file. As we can see, we have division, multiplication, subtract, sum. And let's say if you want to see how that file looks like, you can click on this pencil icon here, and you can see that there are four functions, each take two numbers and perform an action and then returns a value. So as you can see here, and to change anything in that function, you can select it, and as you can see, it takes string. So let's just change it to number. Similarly, let's check this also. Let's just change this also to number, and the subtract as well. And let's just change the sum function as well. And once you have made all the changes that you want to make, you can simply click on this save icon after selecting all the functions. And when you go back, it will change from draft to configured. That means now this particular library is ready to be used in your integrations. So we can go back, we can click on integrations, and here we can create a new integration. Let's just call that integration application type called demo.js lib calculator, something like that. So let's just create. And as always, we can reuse this REST common connector here. And let's just have this selected, select to configure multiple resource operations, so that we will use pick activity and we'll have like different branches. So let's just call this operation as add. It will have, it will take two inputs and it will return a result. Let's just add num1 of integer type and num2 of integer type. Now let's continue. And in the response, let's just keep it simple with result 1, 2, 3. And let's continue. And let's add one more operation just to keep this video short. We'll just add one more operation called subtract. Again, we would want two query parameters and one result. Number 1 of integer type and number 2 of integer type. And we would want to get a result in response. Yeah, this should be okay. Let's continue and finish. And as we have already learned how the pick action works, so we will just add a business identifier. And if you don't have, if you haven't seen some of the previous videos that I have created where I explained how pick activity works, then I would recommend you to see that video as well. So now I'll just add business identifiers here. And now under this map, under add, let me show you how we can use that JavaScript operation from expression builders. So now inside this result, let me just create a target node. And here, as you can see, we have a user defined function. If I come here, it defines all the functions that I have imported as a JavaScript library. So for sum, I can use this sum action here. And inside this, I would just add number 1 with number 2, and I'm gonna send that as a response. And let's validate this. Everything looks good, so let's go back. Similarly, you can do the same thing here, or just to show you guys a different approach, let me just delete this and I can add a JavaScript action here. And in the JavaScript action, I click on this and I get all the functions available for me. For this one, I want to use subtract, which tells me like, hey, this expects a num1 value. So I will give num1 here, and it expects a num2 value, so that is number 2, and I'll give number 2 here, and I can save it. And now I can add a map after JavaScript, and I can use the response of JavaScript to the result. Now let's go back. Let's save it. Everything looks good. We can go back and activate the service. And let's run it. For add, let's just add 10 and 15. We'll run it, and the result is 25. And as we can see here, in the activity stream for this instance, our data mapper ran and it resulted in 25. Now we can change the operation from here, and let's just subtract 30 and 15, and let's run it. The result is 15, and now we will see in the activity stream that the result was generated by a JavaScript action. As you can see here, it invoked a JavaScript action and then it added a value in the mapper like this. And also, if you go to the libraries here, you can see that one integration is using this library. That's how you can understand which integrations are using which libraries. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep learning.